like that in our buildings, wearing the green, the blue, and the gold because they know us and they know our kids.
On your Fast Track to 7, a lot of emotion at the West Fargo School Board meeting, but board members still went ahead on a controversial change for the district's activities and athletics director. The plan is to have one athletic director for the entire district instead of one at each high school. But the plan is not sitting well with everyone. Many people who spoke up at last night's board meeting say extracurricular programs do best when there is someone in each building working for those children. But the vote was unanimous, and the plan is to have that person on board for the upcoming school year. That new job will pay a minimum of $148,000 a year. Also on your Fast Track, starting tomorrow, Minnesotans on the front line of the pandemic can sign up to get cash from the state. The Valley Today's J.C. Dodd joins us live in studio with who is eligible under the frontline worker pay and how much they can get. Good morning, J.C.
Good morning. It's an estimated 1 in 10 Minnesotans will qualify for a $750 check from the state. Now, applications open tomorrow on this website. It's frontlinepay.mn.gov. You can see here, sign up to receive updates. They say they will open June 8th, and you have until July 22nd to get this done. So 45 days to apply for the frontline worker pay law. So Jordan, who is eligible? Anyone who worked at least 120 hours from March 15th, 2020 to June 30th, 2021 on the front line of the pandemic. And that's not limited to just healthcare workers. Jobs like those working in building services, including maintenance, janitorial, those in childcare, food service, emergency responders, public transit, retail, and schools. Now, there are a few requirements I want to point out. You cannot apply if your job you can apply if your job did not provide a virtual or work from home option, and there's an income cap. If you are involved with the direct COVID-19 patient care like a nurse, the income cap is $175,000 for those filing taxes individually and $350,000 for married taxpayers filing together. Now, for those who didn't work with direct COVID-19 patient care, the income cap is $185,000 for individuals or $185,000 for taxpayers filing together. Now, unemployment also plays a factor. If you received unemployment benefits for 20 weeks or more between March 2020 and June 2021, you are not eligible for this hero pay. And again, Jordan, applications open tomorrow, and you have until July to qualify for that $750.
And you didn't have to just work at a hospital. Exactly. A lot more people can apply for that.
Exactly, and that's all online at valleynewslive.com. You can go and get all the information there.
All right, appreciate it. JC in studio this morning. It is now 6:53. Let's get a check of your weather on this Fast Track forecast with meteorologist Lisa Green. Good morning.
Good morning. We've had some sunshine we've been enjoying in Fargo, but now you can see some clouds starting to filter in. We'll see more of those clouds as the day goes on. 48 degrees in Fargo, 45 in Grand Forks, a warmer 50 in Thief River Falls, and back over to the east in Bemidji. We've been warming up after dropping into the 30s. We're at 43. It's 57 in Fergus Falls and 52 in Devil's Lake. So let's take a look at that satellite picture and your radar too. You can see it's a southern valley that's more of a focus for clouds right now, but eventually this shifts eastward. We do have that chance for a light rain shower or a sprinkle. Right now, the greatest threat will be in the southern end of the valley. So if you're thinking about heading out to the pool here today, well, you know, it's not the perfect day for it, but we are going to see temperatures right around 70 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, light wind. So a lot of good factors into the forecast today. Just looking a little more gray, I think, in a lot of areas. We do have some warm weather coming our way heading into the weekend. 80s return starting Saturday.
A lot of people excited for those more summer-like temperatures.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a popular weekend out at the lakes.
All right, sounds good. Lisa, thank you. Now 6:54, the judge overseeing the remaining case against two former Minneapolis police officers charged in George Floyd's killing has ordered that the trial be delayed until January to improve the prospects of a fair trial. Totow and J. Alexander King had been due to go on trial on Monday on charges of aiding and abetting murder and manslaughter in the May 2020 death of Floyd. But Judge Peter Cahill is delaying that trial until January 5th. Cahill denied a motion for a change of venue, but says publicity over two recent connected cases creates a reasonable likelihood of an unfair trial if it were to begin next week. A Fargo judge has now sentenced another person involved in downtown Fargo's 2020 riot after the George Floyd murder. In a plea deal, 25-year-old Patrick Porter had all but an arming rioters charge dismissed. He was sentenced to serve his remaining 35 days in jail at home on an electronic monitoring system. A Moorhead man is going to prison for 12 years for stabbing a woman multiple times last January. 28-year-old Juan Brown pleaded guilty in Clay County Court to attempted murder with intent. West Fargo police are confirming they're investigating the unauthorized sale of mother's breast milk from an unlicensed home daycare. Police also say this is related to the same daycare that came under investigation last month. We are not naming the daycare provider in question because no official charges have been filed. Former North Dakota Supreme Court Justice Beryl Levine has died. She was the first woman appointed to the court back in 1985. She did not start law school until she was 35 years old. However, she did graduate first in her class from UND School of Law. A burglary in progress. We are getting a look this morning at video of inside a Fargo gaming business during a break-in and right before a fire was set. It happened yesterday morning in the 4100 block of 38th Street South. A building that houses Fargo Party Ride and Power Play DJ was broken into. Employees say surveillance footage shows two people in that building rummaging through the warehouse for a few hours before they set that office on fire.
We have, I think, 11 weddings to do this weekend. And so, you know, what kind of damage are we looking at? What kind of, what are we dealing with here? It's definitely a concern of mine right away.
The owner says they also discovered sound systems stolen from two of their limos from the Fargo party bus. Local groups are organizing a gun reform march this weekend in the FM area. The event will start at 3 in the afternoon Saturday at Trinity Lutheran Church in Moorhead. They will march from the church to Fargo and back and then end with a worship service at Trinity at 4 in the afternoon. The long-awaited underpass project in Moorhead is now 90% complete. The city says both railroad tracks are done and operational, and a majority of the excavation and structural support piling installation is also complete. The city hopes that the storm sewer installation and piling installation will be done later this month. Brace yourself for $5 a gallon for fuel. We don't want to hear it, but experts say it's likely to hit the stations in our valley within the next few weeks.
You know, there's no good time for gasoline prices that are increasing this quickly. It's one thing for them to gradually increase, but when you see a 25, 26, 27-cent increase in 1 week, that's hard to budget for.
A recent AAA survey shows 80% of North Dakotans have already started to make changes to their driving behavior, doing things like driving less, carpooling, and even taking shorter trips. We have a bundle of traffic alerts for you this morning, including a lane closure on I-29. Look for them at the 64th Avenue South Bridge. North and southbound passing lanes will be closed to traffic so contractors can get to the median and prepare for a bridge beam setting. Speeds will be reduced in that area. That project will run through October. Also today, work on the I-94 bridge between Fargo and Moorhead. The east and westbound shoulders of the interstate on the west side of the Red River Bridge will be closed this week. Crews are working in that area. They'll start in 1 minute at 7 o'clock and go until 7 this evening. Crews will be on the shoulder and in the slope of the ditch. Drivers should move to the opposite lane while crews are there. Also, don't forget today there's a lane closure on 32nd Avenue South in Fargo. Westbound will be down to 1 lane between 27th and 28th Street so crews can replace utility poles. The westbound right turn lane is also closed at 25th Street. That closure should be in place for about 2 days. And then on 45th Street South, there's some concrete repair going on until Saturday. Northbound 45th will be down to 1 lane between 23rd Avenue and Amber Valley Parkway. You know what they say, 2 seasons here, winter and road construction. We're surely in the road construction one now. The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on the CW. Have a great day.